we're gonna make some praline, and praline is sugar and hazelnuts, and this is like 250 grams sugar, 250 grams hazelnuts. We need to caramelize the sugar. I'm going to show you how to do that. Just turn on the heat. And we're going to start with filling the bottom of the pan with a tiny amount of sugar. Like that. We're going to add a few drops of lemon juice, which will prevent the caramel sticking to the sides of the pan. It's just a tiny bit like maybe a dessert spoon. And we're going to go very, very slowly. What I'm using is, this is a heat resistant spoon thing. And I've got a temperature meter because I don't want to have the caramel go above 175 degrees Celsius. And we're just going to wait now. This, the start takes a long time, and we're just going to wait for the sugar to start melting. I can put the heat up now, and I'm going to go very, very slow and wait to see the caramel, the sugar melt. And this technique I've used many times. It's a technique used by some professionals. You usually see people adding water to the sugar, but I don't think that's really a nice way, and somehow I feel it affects the taste of the caramel in a negative way. So I prefer this way. And once you start it, you can basically make as much as you want. So if you want to make a kilo or 10 kilo caramel, it's the same technique. You can see where I put the lemon. There's already starting to heat and dissolve the sugar. And you just add more sugar to this little spot where it's dissolving. And basically I want the sugar just to melt at the moment. I don't want it to caramelize. Already see some brown coming, so I reduce the heat. We're now on medium low. I started with medium high, just get the pan hot. I'm going to just add a little bit of sugar. Every time I add sugar, it drops the temperature. It needs to, because it needs to heat this cold sugar. And you can keep on going like this for as long as you like. It's just the start that is difficult. Or it takes a bit of patience, it's not difficult. But fumes a little, and you can see around the edges it's just stays nicely in the pan instead of to the sides. And no lumps. As you have more in the pan, you need less heating, so I just, every beep you hear, I'm just adjusting the temperature downwards. In the pan it looks browner than it actually is because of the light. So it's 250 grams of sugar now, last bit. We are on 160 degrees now, which is great actually. We can go up to 175, then it starts burning very, very rapidly. Degrees Celsius actually. I'm not sure you can see this, but it's getting almost transparent now, which means it's almost done. If this is the color you like. This is not very dark caramel, so if you want a darker taste, you can go a bit further. And this is done at 175 degrees. And I'm just going to slowly add a bit of hazelnuts. It'll drop the temperature, but I want to keep it fluid. The caramel. The hazelnuts I roasted in the oven. A few more hazelnuts. You see I'm also doing this slowly and in small batches. Not to change the heat too much in the pan. It's still very light caramel, it's nice. The sides of the pan are very, very hot, so you better have a oven mitt handy when you're gonna put it on the baking paper to cool. This is not Praliné yet, but it's the first, or actually the most difficult phase in making it. I'm gonna add the last bits of hazelnuts. Make sure they're all covered. And if they're not, it's fine as well. Because we're gonna grind it to bits. We can make two nice things out of it. One is hazelnut crunch, which is really, really nice for example, ice cream making. And the other is Praliné. And Praline is just grinded to a paste and is used a lot in chocolate in the making. So the filling of a chocolate bonbon. You see the caramel is still very, very light. It's okay. So the temperature is now 134. On the bottom is probably a bit hotter. See, and now we're done. We'll take it off the heat. And here we go, caramelized hazelnuts, all done.